Have you ever heard Americans talk about the Super Bowl like it's the most important day of the year? Or maybe your coworkers come in on Monday and say, "Wow, the game was crazy last night." And you're sitting there like, "Wait, what game? Why is everyone obsessed?" Well, today we're solving the mystery. All of this, the Super Bowl, the game, the Monday excitement, it all points to one giant force in American culture. The NFL, the National Football League. This isn't just a sport. This is the #1 entertainment machine in the US. So if you want to understand American culture, if you want to fit into office conversations, if you want to know what everyone is yelling about every Sunday, this is the video for you. Ready? Put on your helmet, let's go. The NFL started back in 1920. At first, it was tiny. Imagine small towns, muddy fields, 50 fans in the stadium. Sometimes even players had other regular jobs during the week. But year by year, the sport got bigger, and bigger, until it became the #1 sport in America. Since 1972, football has been America's favorite sport, beating baseball, basketball, basically everything. Listen to this, 41% of Americans say football is their #1 sport to watch. Baseball and basketball, they're way behind at 10% and 9%. There are two fun stories people in the US talk about. First, something called the merger. Back in the 1960s, there were actually two football leagues, NFL and AFL. They were fighting for attention, fighting for players, kind of like two YouTubers fighting for views. Eventually, they realized this fight wasn't sustainable. Therefore they said, "Okay, let's join together." And boom, the Super Bowl was born. Now it's the most watched TV event in the US every year. Yes, even bigger than Christmas movies. Another huge moment was the New England Patriots dynasty. For almost 20 years, their quarterback, Tom Brady, kept winning championships. They won 6 Super Bowls together. People loved them, or hated them, but everyone watched them. If you hear someone say, "It's a dynasty," that means a team wins so much, for so long, that it feels unstoppable. Alright, history done. Let's talk about how the NFL works today. The NFL has 32 teams. They are split into two big groups called conferences. AFC, American Football Conference. NFC, National Football Conference. Think of it like two big families. At the end of the season, the top team from each family plays in the Super Bowl. Now let's talk about the season, because Americans will definitely ask you, who do you think will make the playoffs? The season has 4 parts. First is the preseason, in August. These games don't count. They're basically warm-up games. Then comes the regular season, from September to January. Each team plays 17 games in 18 weeks. And the goal? Simple, win enough games to qualify for the playoffs. Then come the playoffs in January. This part is intense. If you lose one game, you're done. You go home. Americans love this because it's dramatic and emotional. Finally, the Super Bowl in February, the championship final. It's like the World Cup final of American football, but it happens every year. Even people who don't care about football watch it for the commercials and the halftime show. Americans treat it like a national holiday. Now, let's talk about something very important in American life. The weekly NFL schedule. Thursday has one game. Monday has one game. But Sunday is the big day. There are games all afternoon and one big game at night. Many Americans plan their whole Sunday around football, food, friends, yelling at the TV. It's almost like a weekly festival. If you want to make small talk with Americans, here's an easy line. "Hey, did you watch the game last night?" Trust me, it works almost every Monday. Let's talk about a few teams you'll hear about a lot. First, the Dallas Cowboys. People call them America's team. They're super popular, their stadium is huge, and their logo, a simple blue star, is everywhere. Next, the New England Patriots. They became extremely famous because of Tom Brady. They won so many championships that people either became super fans, or swore they'd never cheer for them again. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs. This team is led by a young superstar quarterback named Patrick Mahomes. They're exciting to watch, very modern, and yes, they got even more attention because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. The Pittsburgh Steelers are famous for their tough playing style and super loyal fans. Very classic, very strong football culture. And the San Francisco 49ers have both great history and great modern players. They're almost always in the conversation for best team right now. Okay, enough about teams. Let's talk about how the game actually works. Football looks complicated, but I will list some very simple rules to help you start. Here's the basic idea. Your team gets the ball, and you try to move it down the field and score. The other team tries to stop you. Now, how do you score? The biggest score is a touchdown. That's 6 points. You get the ball into the end zone by running with it or catching it. After a touchdown, teams usually try to kick the ball through the big yellow posts for 1 extra point. Another way to score is a field goal, which is worth 3 points. That's when they kick the ball through the posts during normal play. There are other scoring plays, but if you understand touchdown, extra point, and field goal, you're good enough to watch your first game with your American friends. Before we wrap up, here are some fun English expressions that come from football. Kick off, meaning to start something. That's a touchdown, meaning something was really successful. We need a comeback, meaning we need to recover from a bad situation. Try using these in real life. People will smile, I promise. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning English through American culture, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What topic should we do next? See you next time, and remember, always go for the touchdown in life.